Hello, I am Abhishek. The question of what rights animals should enjoy is a vexatious one. Hundreds of millions of animals are put to death for human use each year. Contrariwise, it can be argued that slowing down scientific research would retard the rate of discovery of antidotes to diseases such as cancer that kill humans and animals alike. Blank. What if super intelligent beings from Alpha Centauri landed on the Earth and decided to use us for their experiments, arguing that they would save far more of their own and our lives by doing so? Solution. The main point to be noted here is that before and after the parenthesis there is a change in the argument. The argument before talks about injustice being meted out to animals and the reason cited for the same, and after the parenthesis the author mentions that what if we humans were at the place of animals and the same treatment is meted out to us by some alien. Now let us check each and every option and see which option can act as a bridge between these two arguments. Option number 1, it will benefit both in the long run. This option does not make any sense as we have discussed. Accordingly, option number 3, but the process of human civilization cannot be made contingent upon the hypothetical rights of animals. This option seems to be far-fetched. That's why we eliminate it. Option number 4, there is no question of equating human rights with those of the animals. Option number 4 seems to be a conclusion. Even if we consider it as conclusion, it is a wrong one because just after the blank we have equated animals with human beings. So it is totally wrong here. Our answer is option number 2. It says that is the argument truly fair to animals? And then the author answers this question by citing the fact that what if aliens replace humans and humans replace animals. So this is the correct option and also our answer. Option number 2 is the answer. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Gurukul. The question is, many of us live one-eyed lives. We rely largely on the eye of the mind to form our images of reality. It is the mechanical world based on the fact and reasons. Blank. So today, more and more of us are opening the other eye, the eye of the heart, looking for reality to which the mind's eye is blind. This is a world warmed and transformed by the power of love, a vision of community beyond the mind's capacity to see. Either eye alone is not enough. We need whole sight, a vision of the world in which the mind and the heart unite. Now this is the parenthesis and you have to find an option which can suit in the blank here. Now in this paragraph, we can see that we rely largely on the eye of the mind to form our images of reality, which says that we rely on the eyes of the mind, which is based on fact and reason. And in the second part it says, the eye of the heart, looking for the reality to which the mind's eye is blind. Now we have to look for the option which will provide us a reason why there is a shift from the mind's eye to the heart's eye. Now look at the options one by one. The first option, it has led to unprecedented scientific growth and material well-being. Second, in the nuclear age, however, our mind-made world has been found to be flawed and dangerous, even lethal at times. Third, the very question is relevant, whether there is more to the world beyond what can be seen and reasoned. Fourth, we have built our life based on it because it appears predictable and safe. From these options, we have to choose an option which will give us the reason. As the first option here, which talks about unprecedented scientific growth and material well-being, this option does not provide us the reason to switch from the mind's eye to heart's eye. So therefore we won't choose option first. Option second, it says, in the nuclear age, however, our mind-made world has been found to be flawed or dangerous and even lethal at times. Now the second option gives us the reason for the change from mind's eye to heart's eye. The third option, which says the very question is relevant, whether there is more to the world beyond what can be seen and reasoned. Now this is again out of the box, so we won't choose option third. And option fourth, that says we have built our life based on it because it appeared predictable and safe. The fourth option does not contradict the idea to shift from mind's eye to heart's eye. So therefore we won't choose option fourth. So the answer to our question is option second, which gives us the reason as to why there has been a shift from mind's eye to heart's eye. So option second is right. Thank you. करके दिखाएंगे. Hello, I'm Dirkha. The question is, naturally there are physical differences between man and other animals and even between man and apes. In the act of vaulting, the athlete grabs his pole, for example, with an exact grip that no ape can quite match. Yet this difference is secondary by comparison with the overriding difference. Blank. In itself, his action makes no practical sense at all. It is an exercise that is not related to the present. The athlete's mind is fixed ahead of him and is aiming at building up his skills, and he vaults in imagination into the future. Now this is a parenthesis-based question. To get to focus for the answer, we have to look for the key point that are mentioned in the paragraph, which says that there are physical differences between man and other animals and mainly apes. And then the author set an example of vaulting here. The author mentions that human can hold exact grip that no other ape can hold. Still he says that yet this difference is secondary. And later, author mentions that human can focus ahead of them and they can do so in order to build their skills, which is not possible in the case of apes. Now by these key, let us eliminate the wrong options and select the most appropriate option given here. The first option, it says, that tends to negate everything associated with human and apes. Now we can see that there is a difference has been brought out between apes and humans. So we have to look for the option which brings out the best difference of information between apes and human. As the first option here, which says that tends to negate everything associated with human and apes, which does not bring out any difference. So we will choose option first. Option second, it says, which is that the athlete is an adult whose behavior is not driven by his immediate environment, unlike as it is with the animal action. In this option, which says athlete is an adult whose behavior is not driven by the immediate environment, which guides us in the case of an ape. The third option, it says, that creates an all-important human ape theory of perennial existence. The new area has been introduced here, which says human ape theory of perennial existence. So therefore we won't choose option third, as if it does not link to the paragraph here. Option fourth, it says, which is that the athlete is trained and ape is uncushed. Now this is somewhat more as a conclusion, which concludes the whole paragraph. But we are not looking for the conclusion here, but we are looking for the parenthesis, a middle statement which can relate both the paragraph here. Therefore, option fourth is also refuted. Option second, which guides us in the case of an app, is the right answer to the question, which brings out the difference between apps and human. So the answer to our question is option second. Thank you. करके दिखाएंगे.
Hello, I am Abhishek. The question is, the human baby, the human being himself, is a mix of animal and angel. For example, the reflex that makes the baby kick is already there in the womb, blank, and it is there in all vertebrates. The reflex is self-sufficient, but it sets the stage for more elaborate movements, which have to be practiced before they become automatic ones. Here, by 11 months, it urges the baby to crawl. Solution. The blank we have is here, and we have to find an option that can act as a bridge between the sentences that precede and succeed this parenthesis. Let us get to the answer by elimination of wrong options. Option number 1. As is evident from the Doppler effect. The Doppler effect is a new term here, and anyway it does not relate to the context of the passage. That is why we eliminate this option as the answer. Option number 3. As many mothers are fit athletes. This option also does not fit the context because it talks about mothers being athletes, and in the passage we have discussed babies kicking in their wombs. Therefore, we eliminate this option too. Option number 4. All of us know that when we put it in the blank, it becomes the baby kick is already there in the womb. All of us know that, and it is there in all vertebrates. Somehow it does not brings out an appropriate meaning. Therefore, we eliminate this option also. We are left with option number 2. That is our answer. As any mother will testify in a court of law. By mentioning testify in a court of law, we do not have to take it literally. The meaning that is being conveyed here is mothers are the only human beings known for such experiences mentioned in the passage. That is true in the contextual paragraph. That's why our answer is option number 2. Thank you. Hello, I am Abhishek. The question is, the Earth in the nearly 5 billion years that it assumed approximately its present form has undergone a vast cycle of evolution, blank. It very likely lagged what we would today call an ocean and an atmosphere. These were formed by the gradual outward movement of material as the solid interior settled inward. Solution. This is an easy paragraph, and on reading it we can conclude one thing very easily. The blank here talks about Earth coming into being. So we can easily eliminate options 2 and 3 because it talks about God creating the earth, and option number 3 talks about man being born. Between option 1, when it first came into being, and option number 4, when we came into being, we can easily eliminate option 4 because it talks about human beings coming into being and not the earth. So we are left with option number 1, when it came into being, that is, the earth came into being. Therefore, our answer is option number 1. Thank you.